Tell us how you got into basketball, and talk about the evolution it took you to get to the elite level team, and obviously playing international tournaments over the last few years.
I actually started playing wheelchair basketball in North Carolina just on like a rec league team. I was actually just in a shopping mall, and another player's parent came by and was like, "You should come out and try out for the team." So I went out and played there for a couple years, and started to get more into it, and started to get my own basketball chair at that point, and started playing for a more competitive team out of Charlotte.
And talk about how you got into the sport. Were there other sports you considered? You think track and field? Did you think what else had you considered, or was it was basketball? That's what you had your eye on.
I played a few other different sports in high school. I did track and field. I did weightlifting, but basketball was always my favorite. I like the team aspect and just the competitiveness of the game.
Talk about your disability, what you had to do to overcome, and then, if you're talking to kids with disabilities, what you've been able to, aspire them to be.
I have proximal femoral focal deficiency, which is a bone deficiency that I was born with. It affected both my legs and my right arm, so I've lived with it my whole life. My parents, they always just treated me the same. I have a sister. They didn't treat me as being disabled compared to her. I always had to do chores and everything for myself just like she did, so that was awesome. It really helped to make me be independent.
Talk about Rio now. The team, the thing that just keeps coming up with all 7 guys is the chemistry. Talk about the chemistry of this particular team, maybe compared to some of the other ones you've been in the past.
Yeah, the chemistry with this team is awesome. It's very rare that you'll get a team of 12 guys and everybody likes to hang out with each other, so it's really cool. We'll be having dinner at camps, and we'll have a table where all 12 people are sitting having dinner together, which is super rare, and it just makes it really fun to play with, because everybody's always cheering for each other. Even when you're on the bench, you're excited to see your other teammates do good, and it just makes the game so much more fun.
Who are you guys really concerned with going into Rio? The depth is probably as great as it's maybe ever been.
Definitely. I think there's at least 5 or 6 teams that have a real shot at medaling in Rio, and Australia's always good, Great Britain's good, Spain's good, Turkey, and there's a couple other teams that we haven't got a chance to see yet, but any of those teams all have a real shot. But I think we have a really good shot too. It's one of the better USA teams that I've seen or been a part of, and makes me real excited about our chances in Rio.
Talk about your role on the team. Basketball is whether it's the NBA or whether it's college, high school, is often up to the roles that guys adopt and what they play. Talk about your role on the team.
On the team here, my job is I try to be pretty physical.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. My job on the team, I try to bring the physicality a little bit, and then I just try to do a little bit of everything, try to do the dirty work stuff, try to make everybody around me better, and I don't know.
Talk about the physicality. Talk about the chair, dynamics of the chair, how you're often banging around, and I don't think people who have not seen the sport know how physical it can be. And you can even turn and show us here too.
Definitely. If you can see the front, you can see the front of my chairs get all banged up and getting caved in. There's always contact, just over and over throughout the whole game. The wheels are slanted. It gives you the ability to spin faster and more balance. I have the wheel in the back. Gives you a little bit more support, and I'm able to lean back and turn off of it. And then you're really strapped in and in here tight, so it becomes like a part of your body, and just lets you move it without having to touch your wheels, which makes all the difference. So
I'm sure you've gone down a few times in your career.
Definitely.
Talk about that experience, and once again, very physical sport. You know that.
for sure. I mean, I try to bring it every time we go, so I end up on the ground quite a bit. Try to get in and bang and bring the physicality. We play a lot of small ball with USA, and so we're going against a lot of big guys throughout the world, and so you get in there banging, it's easy to get knocked down. So
Talk about the unique nature of boxing up in a chair, and what that, that's an art I'm sure that you learned over the years, being a rebounder.
definitely. I just try to get the back of my wheel on them when the shot goes up, and try to put my weight into them and just keep them boxed out. Usually, if I can get the back of my wheel on them, unless the rebound's just over my head, then I'm gonna get it. So.
What arms and length of arms, strength of arms,
Mm-hmm.
that plays also a role in especially when there's a loose ball.
Definitely, it makes a huge difference. Your arms are everything in wheelchair basketball. So even at the end of the game, after you've been pushing hard the whole time, you still have to have like the strength to be able to finish shots and it not be short. With able-bodied basketball, their arms at the end of the game aren't going to be tired. It's going to be their legs. But with us, we're using our arms the whole time. And obviously, I mean, the stronger you are, the harder you can push, the faster you can go. So